Welcome to the Let Us See and Me. I'm Opal McKnight Klein-Sasser, a stage 3 breast cancer overcomer who chose a different path. No chemo, no radiation, no hormone treatment. Hi, thanks for joining the Let Us See and Me. This is Opal McKnight Klein-Sasser. I'm here today to talk about nutrition. As somebody with breast cancer, nutrition is very important. I know we're used to eating what we choose to eat and we want to eat what we want to eat. And I can say that because I grew up with my dad who was diabetic. And he said, if you eat it, you're going to die. And if you don't eat it, you're still going to die, which is true at the end of the day. But after breast cancer, I decided, you know what? If I'm going to die, it's not because of what I eat. And so, having worked with a naturopathy, I had to change how I ate. And it wasn't easy because all those patties, I just bought a box of patties. I came from Jamaica with jerk seasoning and oxtail seasoning and all of those seasonings and Maggi I bought, all of those seasonings that we're used to using. And when the lady told me I had to give away all of those, it was hard. It was very difficult to just pack up this stuff and give them away. The browning, that you used to brown the chicken. So, as black people, we don't like white chicken. So we have to put a little color on it. If it's not browning, it's ketchup. And I had to give away my brownie. I had to give away all this stuff. She said, throw it in the garbage. But after spending so much money, it was difficult for me to throw it in the garbage. And so I decided, you know what, I'm going to call a friend over. And I emptied my cupboard. All my seasoning, all the stuff that I used to eat. And I gave them away. And so I was on the path of changing my diet. I changed my diet. I didn't do anything and I dropped 55 pounds, cutting out the things that I was used to. What was my mission? I am not going to die from breast cancer. And if it means changing my diet, changing how I eat, give up the jerk pork because this girl loved pork. As we would say in Jamaica, the only thing we don't eat is the grunt, which is how the pig sound because we can't catch it. I ate everything, almost everything that was edible on the pork or the pig. I would eat it because I just love pork. I grew up in a household where we ate a lot of pork. And when I learned that I had to give up pork, I said, you know what? I've had enough pork. You know how many years I've been alive? So if I stop eating it, it's no big deal. And so I gave up the food, right? Because some of those things that we eat and how we grew up eating, these are the things that fuel the cancer. And I was told to stop eating these things. I dropped the 55 pound and I liked how I look. I liked how I felt. Before then, I was overweight and my knees used to hurt me. And I live in a townhouse, right? As you open my front door, 16 step up to the main level. Fine. 16 step up to the bedroom. So you can just imagine it's a workout every time I decide to either go downstairs or something. It was a workout. It was good for the kids because at least they learn how to slide down the stairs. But for me, with all that weight, my left knee used to hurt me, may I tell you. Hurt a whole lot. And so I decided, you know what? Let me change my diet. And I changed the diet. And I learned how to do new things. Curry powder was something I never knew how to make. And I didn't need to learn how to make it because what? I brought down about 2 to 3 pounds of curry powder when I went to Jamaica in 2020. I brought down the jerk seasoning. I brought down the Maggi. So I didn't need to learn how to do it. And then when the lady said to give it away, the naturopathy doctor, she's also Jamaican and she's in Jamaica. She said, give it away. I love curry so much. I had to learn how to make my own curry, healthier alternative, which is still curry. And as a matter of fact, my husband said that he liked how my curry tastes because a lot of herb and spices. And when I like something with taste, I like stuff with taste. And because I like taste, what did I do? I start making my own curry powder. Very good, very nice. I do it on chickpeas and so on. And then I had to go back to my roots, coconut milk. Anybody who know Jamaican coconut milk goes in almost every single thing you're cooking. You put coconut milk in porridge, you put it in soup, you put it in rice and peas. It depends on what you're cooking. If you're cooking fish, and it depends on the type of fish. And we used to do this one called mackerel rundown, and of course, coconut milk. So coconut milk was used in a lot of stuff. Thank God I learned how to do coconut milk by grating the coconut or even by blending the coconut. I had to go back to those things because I was told nothing in can. No processed coconut milk, no coconut milk powder, nothing like that. And so I had to go back to basics. And when I got old, I stopped doing the coconut milk and grating it because I'm older now. But little did I know that the best coconut milk is the one you make yourself. And so I got this thing on Amazon how to, we call it in Jamaica, hawks out the coconut. So how to get the coconut out of the brown shell so that you can make the milk with it. And coconut milk pasta sauce. I learned to make my own pasta sauce. So there are things that I learned how to make. I made ice cream. Yes, healthier alternative of ice cream. Of course, I'm the only person who ate it because nobody wanted the ice cream, and it's fine. It was for me. I started making my own almond milk. I love condensed milk, but that wasn't good for me. So I started making my own almond milk. I make soy milk. I make oat milk. I don't know what I don't make. I went on vegan websites. I have vegan books. And I tweak the recipe and I turn it this way and I turn it that way. And I added it because what? Nutrition is important. You can't have cancer and eat the same way you used to eat. The pizza. I wasn't a pizza fan, so I could give up the pizza. The fried chicken was hard for me. So I liked coconut oil. I never liked the other oil, and I won't call them name, but the other oils, I never liked them. And so I liked coconut oil because it gives it a nice flavor. And so I started buying even more coconut oil. And that's basically what I use. I do have olive oil and avocado oil, but it's coconut oil. Because when you fry the plantain, and yes, I love plantain. I love plantain. I can't say it enough. And when you fry the plantain or you fry anything, you cook anything. And I know you're not supposed to eat a lot of fried food either, right? But even if you saute vegetables in coconut oil, it just brings up the taste of the vegetable. So I had a lot of that. So I changed my diet, as I said, and I was on a plant-based diet, where all I ate was just beans and rice and vegetables and nuts. And I enjoyed it because I learned how to make stuff with my hands. No, I never knew I could make anything. And the truth is, if you don't have to, then you won't. So because I didn't have to make anything, I didn't try. But now that I was forced to, and then so when trouble take a picnic shot, I go fit you. When your back is against the wall, you know what to do. And that's what happened. I had to learn these things, and thank God for my husband. He was very supportive. Yeah. He would help me make some of this stuff and look at it and don't eat it. And I'm like, it's fine. I made it. I'm going to eat it. I don't care. My kids never ate some of the things I made because they were used to the meat and all of that. But I ate it because I made it. And then my taste bud became so accustomed and so used to the herbs that even my husband started using a lot of herbs on his beef. And, we started making a lot of stuff. One of the things that apart from the curry, my husband started making granola, breakfast granola for me. And he got very good at it until I decided not to do it. The sesame seed thing that you see them selling in the supermarket, I started making my own sesame seed snack. You name it, I would Google it, I tweak it, I make it. And it gave me this sense of pride that I know or knew what I was putting into my mouth. And it wasn't any of those chemical agent that you can't even pronounce the word. It was a simple, basic stuff. This last Christmas, 2024 Christmas, I did sorrel, and it's a Jamaican drink, and a lot of people know it. I did sorrel and I used maple syrup.
to sweeten it, and it tasted so good. There's so many alternatives out there. Make your own a milk. Make your own so what I would do, I would make the almond milk and I would add a little maple syrup as a sweetener, right? Sometimes I didn't bother with the maple syrup. I would just add dates. Cut up the date because the date big. Cut up the date or use raisins. And I would drop when you look at my porridge, my oats porridge or my cornmeal porridge, oh my goodness, it was so filling because the cornmeal porridge, it was cooked in coconut milk first of all. Then I would have raisins and pumpkin seed and chia seed. It was a loaded bowl of porridge, very nutritious and very healthy. And there were other things that I did. I made my own chickpea. I learned how to cook beans from Jamaica. You soak them overnight and then you pressure cook them or you boil them. But I pressure cook them because I learned how to use a pressure cooker. Yes, I have an instant pot, but I don't know how to use it that much. So I leave it alone. I do the pressure cooker because that's what I grew up with. So I did a lot of, and my husband also. And I talk about my husband because, you know, he's with me. So he loved the chickpeas. Anytime I cook chickpea, he would take to work. I even made the granola, and one of my co-work, I gave it to her. She's Nigerian, and she loved my granola. I would make pasta sauce, and I would give away pasta sauce. And she told me how well my pasta sauce tasted because guess what? It was not preservative. And I would make bottles of pasta sauce, sometimes like a dozen bottles of pasta sauce, and I would give them away. Yeah, give them away. And the pasta tasted so much better with the sauce. When I'm doing meatballs for my kids, it would be herbs in the meatballs and it just bring up the flavor of the thing. And I didn't know that herbs had so much flavor until I was forced to learn it. So nutrition is very, very important. You need to rebuild the cells back based on the damage that the cancer has done. So you have to eat what the cancer don't want you eat, the vegetables. And I remember when I was going through the naturopathy, we had to I had to make some green juice with the chlorella and the spirulina and all of those things. Sea moss. I still use sea moss. When I make my porridge, I put a teaspoon in the kids' porridge and I mix it out, mix it out, mix it out. They can't see the sea moss. Very good for you. And some of these things I didn't know until I know now. So as I said to you, change your diet. You want to live longer. You can't be doing the same thing and expect different results. As they say, it is insanity to be doing the same thing and expect different results. You want to beat cancer? It's not only naturopathy or the other medicine that them give you, but it's also your diet. You need to rebuild the cells. Give the cells something to fight. Give them ammunition. And ammunition is changing your diet, learning new ways to do things, and living healthier and better for it. Thank you for joining Little C and me. This is Opal. I'll catch you in my next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Little C and Me. Remember, overcoming breast cancer is possible without fear, stigma, or compromise. Find more tips on our YouTube channel.